right, let's get some reaction now to the President's address. eNCA's Masego Rahlaga is at Dunkeld West speaking to people. Masego, we spoke to you a little bit earlier on and you managed to chat to some patrons at the restaurant as well as a member of staff. What is the general thought after the President's address?
Well, Nandi, really, I think a lot of South Africans expected even harsher restrictions from the President's speech last night here in Gauteng. A lot of people that we had spoken to yesterday before the President spoke were expecting that we would probably also be like your Nelson Mandela Bay and now your Sarah Batman and other districts that have been put under level 3 sort of restrictions. So today, actually, people still saying that they were expecting much more from the President, but of course they are also agreeing with some of the things that he said yesterday in terms of some of the restrictions that we have. So we'll walk inside. We were outside with patrons earlier on, Nandi, and they were eating. So yeah. I think maybe let's try and see any of the people who are getting food from the store inside. As you can see, it's quite empty inside. You remember the President said 50% capacity for restaurants and things like that. Let's see if this or rather customer would speak to us. Hi, ma'am, how are you?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Sorry, ma'am, to just come to you like this. You are live on eNCA. I just wanted to ask you, were you expecting the President to say the stuff that he said yesterday, or were you expecting a little more?
I was expecting the exact same stuff. Yeah.
And you agree with some of the restrictions?
I agree, completely.
Are you from here in Gauteng?
Yes.
Okay, so you were not planning to go away now that the beaches are closed?
Not at all. I decided to stay at home. It's just safer.
It's safer?
Yeah, it's safer.
Usually would you go out?
Yes, yeah, definitely. December's our time to spend time with family and friends. But this year, rather keep them everybody safe. So, yeah.
Thank you so much and enjoy your breakfast.
You too.
Well, you see, Dumela, Nandi, she says that, for instance, she expected exactly what the President said yesterday. She, like many other South Africans or Gauteng residents, say that they usually plan to go out during the festive season to be with people on the beaches and stuff. But she says actually it would be much safer for her family and her friends to just stay here in Gauteng. She's from here. She feels as though just staying here would be a much better, a much safer option. So as you can see here, the store is a little bit empty. They are looking after, or rather the store manager told us that he is trying to make sure that there's not a lot of people here at a time. So we'll try and speak to some of the other customers here. Sir, how are you? Do you mind just putting on your mask for me quickly and then we have just a quick chat? I know you're drinking, you don't feel like it. I know you're eating, I'm so sorry to do that. Just first of all, were you expecting the President to say what he said yesterday, or are you one of those people who think that he was going to be a bit more strict?
I probably thought he was going to be more strict, but...
Are you from here in Gauteng? Were you planning to go out during the holidays? Are you still planning to do that?
Still am planning to go out. Yeah.
Where will you be?
Free State.
In the Free State. Okay, so there's no beach there, so you'll be safe. And the Free State has much less in terms of the infection rate. It's a little bit lower than other provinces still.
Yeah, look, I certainly hope so. So, yeah.
Is the Free State home for you?
No, it's not.
You're just visiting?
Just visiting, yeah.
All right, Nandi, so he says that he will be going to the Free State. He says he still plans on going on holiday, and that for him this time around is the Free State. Of course, the numbers in the Free State are a bit less than many other provinces, including us, KZN. The Eastern Cape, of course, were one of the leading ones, and the Western Cape, we are 4 of the leading provinces in terms of infections. I'm just going to try and get a customer who has a mask on. Nandi, you can imagine that it's quite uncomfortable for people. When every time I get to them and I ask them to put on their mask while they're eating, they really feel as though I'm being unfair towards them. But I'm just going to probably just speak to the lady serving the customers here today, just to find out from her what are the challenges they go through, for instance, when they ask customers to adhere to some of the rules. Mama, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to ask you, how have the customers been in terms of listening to you guys when you ask them to, for instance, put on their masks, sanitize? Are they listening to you guys?
Yes, they do, Shem. They do. They do.
And I see that there's much less people. Usually at Fournos before COVID, you'd find it full, people wanting to get some of your fresh food. It's much less now. And how do you feel about the fact that your industry is the one that's usually targeted, and there might be the job losses that happened during COVID, the job losses that happened in your industry during COVID?
Now things have just changed. It's not like before. The business is going slow now just because of this COVID. But we hope it's going to be all right as time goes on. Yes.
Thank you very much, Ma. So she says that they do listen, Nandi, they do listen to them when they ask them, the customers do listen when they ask them to adhere to the protocols in terms of COVID. She does, of course, like many people say, business has been a little bit slow, but, you know, everybody's praying for this vaccine so that life can go back to normal.
Thank you very much, Masego. I think a lot of the customers at the restaurant are just not morning people right now, but we will, of course, catch up with you a little bit later on. That was my colleague, Masego Rahlaga.